Good morning from Europe. This is Ahura, and today is Tuesday, September 9. We'll be with you to review the overall market condition and what's going on in news and updates from especially economic calendar. So far from yesterday, the data which we had shows that, after yesterday's daily markets update, we saw that the German's industrial output increased slightly, but German's trade data shows less import and less export, which means still, that's the continuing of the same international trend that we have right now, the lower export and imports. In the Eurozone, investors' confidence weakens sharply to minus 9.2, down from previous 3.7, minus 3.7, showing that the investors really do not like to put more money and gamble more money in ongoing downtrending economic condition in Eurozone. Spain consumer confidence, on the other hand, slightly increased in July to 82.9 from previous 76.1, but still it's under 100, and even thought it's increased, but still much lower than what it should be. Brazilian wholesale inflation turns positive in August, while the central bank started to cut the rates, continue to cut the rates, but this change doesn't mean that the BCB will change its policy. Canada's PMI fell in August, down to 50.1 from previous 55.8 and under 53.1 estimates. That shows that generally the PMI numbers shows that generally economic activities in Canada is getting weaker in both manufacturing and service sector. Turkey's treasury posts a strong surplus, just like after 68.55 trillion yen, Turkish lira falling. The negative effect. We can say that the treasury balance in this month in August it increased sharply. We have to say there's some there are some signs positive from your Turkish economy, like in its unemployment rate and then on industrial production, but still we need more confirmation from different economic data to say that if there is any positive turns in Turkish economy. U.S. oil recount increased. Baker Hughes oil recount increased to 414, but total recount, including the gas and others, increased to 537 from previous 536. Generally, it says that the production can increase. U.S. employment trends index slips in August in weakened from 107.13 to 106.4. That's the same trend that started since mid-2024, and the labor market's getting weaker. That's not a surprise. This news by itself is not a surprise. U.S. Treasury bill yields is at its last auction yesterday. The 3-month bill fell to 3.94% from previous 4.05%, and 6 months bill's auction fell to 3.73% yields. Its yields to from previous 2.88. So it shows that the market is counting now, at least in the short term, in a lower interest rate. U.S. consumer credits grow. That sounds that the people, they are still spending money, but they're spending more from the probably from credit cards and loans. Argentinian industrial output fell in July. New Zealand manufacturing sales also slightly increase in the second quarter. UK retail sales, on the other hand, strongly increased slightly, shows that the UK, with this mixed data that we have from the UK, and still this mixed data continues. But generally, the data which we had from UK economy in the previous month still shows that we cannot count too much on the economic growth in the UK, while on the other hand, the economic condition in generally, the economic condition in the UK sounds like slightly weakening, and that's in a situation that inflation also gives some positive signal. So a mixed data, mixed signal, but still I think that the BOE can continue its rate cut. Japanese money supply grow in August. That was the biggest money grow. Cash grow from money supply grew, or cash grow from the mid since mid 2023. But still, yeah, the lower than pandemic period, but still is so high. So showing that the Bank of Japan is trying to support the economy from different options, by the different options and possibilities that they have. Australian consumer confidence also slightly increased, and business sentiment plus is mixed, but generally the business sentiment and consumer sentiments in Australia, they are not such a good data and such a good numbers, both lower than previous months. French industrial production fell by 1.1%. Later today, we're going to have the 3 months Spain 3 months yield bonds action, and we're gonna have the from Germany, we're gonna have the for 10 years bonds actions. From South Africa, we're gonna have the GDP numbers. NFIB small business optimism in the United States will be very important to watch. But not too much busy day today. In Mexico, we're gonna have inflation numbers for both producer and consumer and producer inflations. In United States, we're going to have the detailed sales data from Redbook, which is expected to continue to repeat its 6.5% of its previous week number. EIA short-term energy outlook is something that we have to watch closely, especially if we are energy trader. While the today the 3 years note auction and the API weekly reports also will be important to watch. Generally, currently for this market that we have right now, I mean, for the energy market that we have right now, we are expecting to see more. Somehow we can say that it does like inventory slightly increase, and that can put slightly a bit more pressure on can put slightly more pressure on the energy price, and especially the oil price. Okay, checking the charts, what we can understand from the charts, starting with the Bitcoin chart, to say that the Bitcoin, overall markets looking overview. The Bitcoin is trading on above 111,300. It's generally the positive, trading positive above 109,000. But as mentioned earlier, overall changing the trend to uptrend, we need to see the price above 113,000. The market risk by the VIX, what we can see in the VIX chart is under 17 at 16.26. It's showing that the market doesn't count on too much risk and uncertainty in market, while the dollar index sharply fell under 97 area, now trading at 96.94. Generally, under mentioned before, falling under 97 can change the market condition right now and can put more pressure on the dollar index. While gold, which could take advantage of this falling in dollar index, but the overall demand and condition is getting slightly tighter here, and that's why we can see even the less demand for the gold, same as what happened in the dollar index chart, and the price after reaching to 3,660 new all-time highs, trading at 3,647 right now, profit taking, and a market condition can change slightly. Probably markets, the traders and investor sentiment. The same trend we can see for the gold energy prices. If you look, the gas is slightly increased, side movement and uptrend around $3.27. Oil side movement around between $62 and $63. S&P 500 and other stocks, other indexes in the US stock market, they could recover all what they lost on Friday's shortfall, but they can go further and hit the new all-time high. It's under question. The code data shows more sell position, strong sell positions in the market. We have to wait and see what's going on and what's going to happen. That's what we could see in code reports, that the sell positions right now, they are much more than buys. Okay, guys, that was the market update for today. Hope it was useful for you. Talk to you again tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.